Hey Milan, first of all, thank you so much for giving out time and sharing your thoughts in terms of how the IT industry is evolving and how you have been shaping the IT industry by your contribution to Bajaj Electricals. Now, coming to Milind as a person, would love to understand how your journey has been and how you have seen how you have seen IT shaping up from your starting days to now.
First of all, thank you, Apurva, for bringing me over here, letting me connect back with you and AWS. I started my career way back, nearly 3 decades back, in IT. Passed out as an engineer working with computers. Initial part of my career was more in manufacturing and supporting the computer-based applications or infrastructure which was there. Gradually, I moved across from hardware to a software and specialized in ERP. Was working for one of the leading manufacturers of FMCG products globally, supporting their ERP implementation across the country. While started my career as ERP consultant, worked across in multiple different particular industries, be it in IT as well as in the consulting, supporting the ERP part of it. And last few years, I have been leading the IT for most of the companies where I've worked across. Be it, right now in Bajaj, I lead the IT and digital for Bajaj. I've seen computers change and evolve. So I started my career where we had a white monochrome computer screen and the green monochrome computer screens which were available, and we used to do the programming in BASIC and Fortran and then try to work along with microprocessors to use it in any of the weighing scales or any other particular electronic systems. I've seen floppy disks to CDs and CDs moving into pen drives and now pen drives to virtual drives like Google Drives and other stuff which is coming through. But most important, I have also seen the impact of computers, which has looked into, because now when I think and look back, computers were more as a electronic data processing unit. So mostly I had also at some time in holidays I had worked across for a company punching in their checks information on the. So it was more electronic data processing as a function, a back office operations, which today when I look into has got a seat on the managing table, taking the business decisions, looking across on the transformation at the business level. And you see a lot of particular unicorn companies which you look into are specialized using IT as a business ideas which are being driving across on. So blessed to be part of this particular cycle where we have seen computers evolving to the way computers dictating and driving the way in which we do and manage our business.
Great insights in the sense, right? Moving from a traditional computer base to now the most important thing which you point out was a seat on the table in which you are working with the management in terms of transforming the company. It's not about IT as such, but it is more about the business impact which you are driving. So that brings me to the second question in terms of like a traditional company like Bajaj Electricals, like how I know you have taken multiple pioneering initiatives out here to transform the company as a whole, like launching new things which the company could not have imagined. So, are there any few things which you want to highlight which has created that needle moving business impact in Bajaj Electricals?
So when I joined Bajaj 2 years back, we were a company which had a lot of in-house grown applications which we used to develop and manage. I had a team of developers and coders who used to write the codes. Because consumer appliance as an industry has not been one of the forerunners on the digitalization space. When you compare with FMCGs or farmers or telecommunications of the world, banking investment is at a different level. But when you look across on, so idea was that we don't want to be a IT company. We are a electrical goods appliance company, and to do the business transformation, we wanted our particular role more to drive that digital transformation. So we took strategically 3 or 4 particular decisions. First decision was to try to look into best-in-class solutions available in the market, use it to drive the business transformation. One, it was a quick way to get the things running and moving it across. Second, all the best-in-class practices are coming with the solutions. Third, uh, I don't have to have a knowledge repository in-house to look on from an application per se. Second particular strategic decision which we took across was going from on-prem applications. When I joined, we had around 200 plus servers. Now, now we have got around 15, 20 servers which are using mostly for statutory reasons to store the data within the company and certain. But we are now 100% cloud company, so we don't have any applications which are hosted on our server manager across. The idea was that we will not be supporting infrastructure, will be not supporting the security, will be more looking across transforming the business. So now 100% we are in last 2 years moved across on applications which are on cloud. And when we say we are a cloud, by 90% of those applications are software as a service. So I came out of that particular mindset of trying to maintain, manage the infrastructure support for it. Last in that piece was my SAP. SAP we had on-prem, on AWS itself. But then again, I still had to manage the operating system. I had to still manage the servers along with. SAP Rise gave me that particular ability of focusing only on the business layer. Second, being on SAP Rise was another strategic decision that it gives me a layer on which I can able to scale up my future. Yeah. Because most of the initiatives which SAP is running is on SAP Rise. So we try to do it. Third area where we are focusing strategically across was the muscle which we want to develop. So when we talk across on, we didn't wanted to have programmers or developers. We wanted to have business architect. We want to have business consultant in the team. So the layer which we are developed are the team which connects with the business, understands and interprets with the business, talks in a business language, and uses their business knowledge to talk back with the support partners, with the vendors to put across the solutions which drives the business. So from a back office operations, coding, and today 80 plus years old company is driving 70 odd projects in last 2 years, focusing only on the business part of it first. And that's where we are able to achieve it.
80 years old company which was entirely on-prem, and how you have come in this company and completely transformed. Not only moving to the cloud 100%, but most importantly your focus on business piece rather than a IT piece which typically a CIOs spend there most of the time. And cloud has provided you that agility in terms of focusing on business function. And in fact, coming to your third point, that you don't want to hire a developers, you want to hire a business analyst who can think about business rather than focusing on lights on things. So how do you think AWS has been a part of your business transformation journey in Bajaj Electricals?
When working across with AWS, we started initially as a company which will host our SAP service. But 2 years back, when we looked back in AWS, we could able to see a particular company where we could able to partner to experiment, partner to try out new things, and partner to scale up. Because when I'm looking at a transformation as a one, I require to try few things out, and it could be from my own particular stack or stack coming from the partners which are supporting me. So AWS was a partner for me when I was looking more from a point of a future, not even from a present, saying is that if I require to have a business descriptive particular way of working, I require to have a partner who can scale up, who can work at my space, who can able to experiment at my space. I had my experience working with AWS for some time, and I knew the strengths of AWS which I could use more from a point of Bajaj Electrical digital transformation as an initiative which you are driving.
That brings me to the last part of our discussion in terms of future. How do you think future is looking like for Bajaj Electricals as the IT industry as a whole, and how AWS do you think can act as your partner in shaping the future?
What I felt was being ready for the future. So while I may not have the control of what's going to happen in the future, can I able to control right now certain things which can impact my future? And for doing that particular part, when you look into cloud, I felt was the way which is going to change the way which we are going to do the things in future. It has changed quite a bit the way which you are working across today in the application layer and the managing of the IT systems. I see in long run we will not be having means without any particular challenge to any of the infrastructure people back, but then I slowly find that that will be a particular area where most of the industries may not be looking into it, because I strongly feel it's a business first, and if it's a business first, then the solutions will be coming across, and when the solutions comes across, we will be looking at a facilitating way of trying to do that particular solutions, and from that perspective, uh, be it with respect to GNAI which you're talking across, or be it with respect to advanced analytics which you look into, or be it with respect to even getting machines talking back to you with Industry 4.0, any of these things which you are going to change the way in which you have been doing the business in a legacy way is going to get disrupted. And any of these three particular points which I talked across will be strongly influenced with the cloud. And choosing the right particular technology stack to support the future is where I look into. As a future, industries will be focusing across on the way either I able to increase my revenue, optimize my costs, but most important thing which they will be focusing across is on agility. Gone are the days when you are looking at time to market a particular solutions. With e-commerce now, with the Q-commerce which you look into, people are going to look at changes and looking at it, and it can be only done is with the technology. And if you are going to invest in a right set of a technology with right set of a culture and right set of a team to support it, I think we should be able to prepare for future.
Amazing. Great to hear that insight with the focus on future, focus on business perspective, and how technology is the key headlines which I can take out. Technology enabling a business for the company is what it is. So thank you so much, Milind, for sharing your perspective. It was wonderful talking to you. Thanks again for your time out here.
Thank you, Apurva.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.